evangelist for tonight. Amen. He is one that I have come to admire. Amen. Every time I've heard him, amen, he's one who's always been able to expound on the word in such a way that, amen, if you got any type of Jesus in you, amen, you'll leave happy.
Amen.
Amen. You'll leave inspired and encouraged to journey on a little while longer. Amen. And I'm just thankful and grateful that God has blessed me to come in contact with him and come into his presence. Amen. You know, I've said before that as a young pastor and preacher, I was always like a sponge. Whenever I would come in contact with an elder pastor or preacher, many times I wouldn't say a word. I just sit in the midst of their company and just try to soak up everything I could soak up.
Amen.
Amen. And you know, I've discovered that that's what's wrong with a lot of people today. Amen. When they ought to be listening, they talking.
All right.
And when they ought to be talking, they trying to listen. Amen. But I come into his presence here along with several other the pastors and preachers, and I would just listen. I would just listen, and I would just listen. And I thank God for him, amen, again, having blessed us to come into his presence. And I learned much from him. Amen. Amen. I'll never forget, we were at the Spring Hill District building. Amen. And he probably don't know this, but I was there, and on one occasion, many times I wouldn't even let it be known that I was a pastor or preacher. And I was there at the Spring Hill District one evening, and after the preacher had got through preaching, he came walking past. And Pastor Tucker saw me, got his attention. He was the moderator at that time of the Spring Hill District. He said, Pastor, let me introduce you to Pastor Frison. He's the new pastor at Calvary Baptist. He said, maybe we can get him up there to preach. And he said, well, he's got to, I don't mind, but he's got to come. And I said to myself, he don't know that I've already been here. I was just soaking up what I could soak up. You see, I'm not one to try to make myself known. But I heard him preaching. I heard him preach, and I went on another occasion to hear him preach. And every time I've heard him preach, I've been blessed.
Right.
And he's no stranger here at Calvary. He's been here on a couple of occasions. Amen. But I'm going to ask him to stand tonight. Amen. For those of you that don't know him, you can look him over. Amen. Let me step to the side. Amen. Amen. He is the proud pastor of Johnson Chapel. Amen. I'm going to ask you all to stand with us tonight. Amen. Now, when